Multiple media news organizations have reported, citing people familiar with the matter, that a Manhattan grand jury indicted the Trump Organization and its chief financial officer, Alan Weisselberg, on Wednesday. It's now a safe bet to expect that the former squatter, Donald Trump, will go on a usual rampage and all-out verbal assault on prosecutors, judges, and the court in a desperate attempt to discredit the case. And make no mistake about it, Shakespeare was right when he wrote what's past as prologue. Um, One must have been sleeping through the fucking Trump squad and see not to expect that a wounded Trump would do and say anything to prejudice the fair administration of justice. But now the district attorney should ask the judge at the arraignment to impose a strict gag order restraining Trump, the Trump family, prosecutors, defense attorneys, and all witnesses from making any public statements intended to prevent a fair trial that's free of prejudice. A violation of a gag order is the crime of contempt of a court order with the potential with the potential 1 year in jail. Personally, a lot of people have been involved in a number of high-profile cases where gag orders were imposed, and they are not unusual in high-publicity criminal cases like Harvey Weinstein, Michael Jackson, Paul Manafort are just a few of the recent cases in which judges restricted attorneys, defendants, and witnesses from speaking publicly out about the case. From the U.S. Supreme Courts to state and federal district courts, judges have affirmed their inherent power to control their courtroom by forbidding participants from making public statements whenever they have a reasonable likelihood of tending to prevent a fair trial free of prejudice and properly administered. The New York rules of professional conduct for attorneys, it codifies restrictions on lawyers and out of court statements by prohibiting an attorney from making any statement ordinarily likely to prejudice materially a criminal matter, namely influencing jurors to affect the outcome of a trial. And without a court-ordered gag order, Trump will likely set out to demonize witnesses, cooperators, prosecutors, and the judges in his effort to delegitimize the entire criminal justice system. A bedrock American institution that reflects this nation's principle of impartial justice that is based on evidence and truth. Um, 1 second. Um, damn thing. 1 second. Thing's messing up here. I have to restart it. Hold on. I think my thing just froze. I have to restart that. Let's see if that worked. Yeah, okay, yeah, it worked. But we don't have to guess what Trump will do in saying his assault on justice. But on the eve of the indictment being filed, he gave us a clear sign of his strategy when he released the following statement. He keeps calling the left radical, but technically that's the Republicans that are radical. Um, and he called the state prosecutors also radical, who have let murderers, rapists, drug dealers, and all other forms of crime skyrocket to record levels. Men who have just announced that they will be releasing hundreds of people involved in violent crime back onto the streets without retribution of any kind. Rude, nasty, and totally based in the way that they're treating lawyers. I said, hell, that's what he is. Um, and the representatives and some of the wonderful long-term employees and people within the Trump organization, there's nobody wonderful in his organization. Trump has proven time and time again that he was set out to destroy anyone who dares oppose him and stands up to him. Just ask California federal judge Gonzalo Curiel, whose reputation in Trump smeared when he falsely accused the judge of being incapable of impartially deciding immigration cases because of his Mexican heritage. Ask Dr. Fauci, Robert Mueller, General Jim Mattis, or General Mark Milley if opposing Trump presents a real danger to their safety and reputation. Unless he is prevented from commenting on the case and evidence against his company and associates, and he is restrained from assaulting the integrity of those who oppose him, count this nation's commitment to a fair trial, free of prejudice, as Trump's next victim. Yeah, but a gag order wouldn't work because Trump never shuts the fuck up anyway. So even if they tried to put a gag order on him, he won't shut the fuck up. So, okay.